तमाम साथियों को या अली मदद. I hope everyone are doing well, keeping safe, and are in the mercy of the Imam Zaman. Let's start with Mullah's name. That Mullah Zaman gives us Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari. या मौलाए मेहरबान, या मौलाए मेहरबान, हम गरीबों पर रहम फरमा मौला, अपने नूर का साया हम पर रख मौला. या मौला हमें तौफीक, ताईद, हिम्मत व यारी इनायत फरमा कि हम तेरा वो इल्मी काम कर सके जिसके लिए तूने अस खुद फरामीन फरमाए हैं, हमें हिदायत फरमाई है. या मौला हम पर रहम कर, अपना मुबारक नूरानी हाथ हमारे शोल्डर पर रखना मौला, ताकि हम आराम से इस इल्मी रास्ते पर चल सके मौला. शुक्रनिल्लाह वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. शुक्र मौला. इन योर नेम या नूर मौलाना शाह करीमुल हुसैनी हाजिर इमाम. We will continue today where we left off last week. We had covered 2 points on the Dasond. Today we will move forward and we will talk about general Male Wajibat. Even though Dasond is part of Male Wajibat, but one part is compulsory, required, and other part of the Male Wajibat is voluntarily, unconditionally, not required. One can do more or less. It is your nawafil. The word is nawafil, meaning do something extraordinary in the way of Allah. We will take an example before we move into the subject. The nawafil is an example of a gift. So when your children, your parents, your brother, sister, your friends, someone has a birthday or a wedding or some occasion of Eid, you take them some gifts. Maybe the box of sweets, cookies. From the love of your heart, it was not conditional, it was not required, but because you felt love for the person, so you give a gift. There is a hadith sharif which says, no one can come near Allah, and this is hadith Qudsi. No one can come near Allah but through nawafil. But through nawafil. जो फर्ज है वो कर्ज है. What is compulsory? Those are the dues. There is no ifs, there is no buts. हम नहीं कह सकते हैं कि मैं दूं कि ना दूं. क्योंकि वो तो हम पर फर्ज है. But the other male wajibat, for example, dua karani, niyaz, chanta, memani, nandi, donation, extra money that we contribute toward the Aga Khan Foundation, focus, and so forth. Those are unconditional. You do it for the love of the Imam. You do it for the cause, if it's the AKF or others. Not only that, what about the help that you extend to your brother and sister in Jamaat, within your family, within your friend circle? We do all kind of good deeds to be close to Allah. So we're going to take some of these examples so we have no question at the end. I wanted to make this part very, very clear that you do not need, you do not have to put money when you do dua karani. That is not a farz, it is not due on you. When you give some money for dua karani, that is the love, it is between you and the Imam. But that is not a farz, you do not have to do that. There is no limit. It could be a penny, a quarter, a dollar or pound, a rupiah or shilling. There is no set amount. Whatever your heart desire, you do it with the love. It is not compulsory on you, even though this has become a huge part of our daily rituals. Sometimes we do this without even giving a second thought, because our parents, they taught us. They gave us a pound or dollar or rupee and taught us how to take some of that money that you have and use it for dua karani, or give it for memani, or niyaz, or chanta. But none of this is compulsory. That is on top of your Dasond. Dasond is compulsory, is calculated, is counted, but all of this is between you and Imam, and the benefits are much greater because now you are giving a gift to Imam, and your friend, your Imam, he loves you because you are doing something which was not required of you to do, but you did it in his love. And he returned that favor back to you in Khana Wadan and Dua Ashish. Blessings. And he counts that 100 and 1,000 times as your good deed, because it is the part of Nawafil, extraordinary gift. It becomes the source of coming near and nearer to the Imam-e Zaman. I want to repeat this Hadith al-Qudsi. No one can come near me but through Nawafil. That is an extraordinary gift. We all remember our dua part number 5. Dua part number 5. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la takunullah wa rasul wa takunu imanatikum wa antum ta'lamun. We all remember that. From Surah 8, ayat number 27. That there are dues, compulsory dues, amanat upon you. And what was that? Dasond. That was compulsory and amanat. Now, let's look at this hadith and we will come to the other male wajibat and different names and terms for it so we can understand. Hadith reads, Prophet says, may peace be upon him, the property does not decrease by the payment of zakat or kums. This word kum is also used in Imam's Farman, which we will read in a minute. So what is this kum? And what is zakat? And what is dasond? Even though we have covered some of this, but quickly as a refresher course, we will look at this. There was a religious tax called kum, and it was calculated at 20%. How much did I say? 20%. But kum was due on the things, goods, livestock. At the time of Shariat, at the time of Prophet Muhammad, there were different calculations for money, cash, goods, crops, properties, saving. All were different calculations. If you have this, you pay this much. If you have this, you pay this much. But Imam had made it easier for us today by giving us a single calculation for the dasond on our earning. May this earning be from the work, from retirement, from interest, from whatever business income, or whatever other income we may have. And we had talked about different kind of incomes, earnings. The earning of your ilm, you have to give the dasond. Earning of your skill, you have to give the dasond. Earning of your time and breathe, sans, you have to give the dasond. Whatever you earn, that is your income, may it be in the money or otherwise, you're supposed to return some back in the way of Allah. Now, let's say what Imam Jafar Sadiq Salawatullah alayhi have said about the dasond and the other dues in the book of Qazi Noman, Kitabul Hima. Imam says, none of the duties of Allah on man, listen to this very careful, none of the duties of Allah on man is more severe than the return of the amanat on him from your property. Many people are ruined by the neglect of this duty. Someone was asking in our last session, What about if I don't give the son? What would happen? And I have humbly said, trust in the mercy of Imam, but do give your the son. If you have made a mistake, if you had forgotten, if something happened and you were not able to give, for whatever reason that may be, we don't need to know. Ask for forgiveness and you will find Imam merciful. You will find your spiritual father merciful. Remember that part. That is the important part. So let's come back to this. Return of the amanat on him from your property. Many people have ruined by neglect of this duty. See that you put back his amanat in the hands of Imam of your time. So there was another question. Who should we give the son to? Can we give to somebody in our neighborhood, in our family? Can we give to the poor? Very clear Hidayat Farman. Give this amanat, this son, in the hand of the Imam of your time. It is not a part of your property. It's not. That is the amanat Imam had given to you to keep for a second or two. When time is up, you're supposed to return back. It is not part of your property. With all this, if one does not pay the amanat and leaves it behind for his heirs, then he is in greatest loser. He is the greatest loser. Why? He loses everything. Not only does he lose his prestige, but he also loses his faith. Do you remember the third question someone asked? What about at the end of the time? Hathe hi sathe. Aje karvu hoy to amna karo. Kale karvanu hoy to aje karo. Do it today with your own hand. Do not wait for someone else to fulfill your obligation. The son is your obligation. If you can give it on daily basis, do so. If you can give it on monthly or weekly basis, do so. But if something happened to you, God forbid, leave a note for someone else to fulfill your obligation. But don't wait for them to fulfill if you can do it. Hathe I sathe. Do it yourself. Now, let's come to, because we still wanted to get from the other side of the son, and we need to talk about all this other money. One of the farman, one who has not given the male wajibat. The word is male wajibat, meaning it's covering the whole segment. That includes your dason, your memani, your other dues, your charity, whatever else that you should have given as part of your ethic of Islam. It covers all of that. And give later after seeking forgiveness. Remember we talked about that? I wanted to make sure that I have a farman to show you what I had talked about last week. That if you have made a mistake, if you have forgotten, what do? Give later after seeking forgiveness. As for mafi, forgiveness of the delay and sin, you will find the Imam merciful. You will find Imam Rahman and Rahim. And then he says, he two will rendered, just make sure you give your Dasond as soon as you realize that there was a mistake. Fulfill your obligation. Eat after separating the Dasond, that is lawful. Eat lawful food after paying the Dasond. You see how Imam is teaching us like a child? Take the Dasond out first. Calculate your Dasond. If you are going to Jamaat Khana, give your Dasond. If you can give today, don't wait for tomorrow. Now let's come to other dues. We will talk about the Dua Karani, Niyaz Chanta in one lump sum. Those are from your heart. There is no calculation. You give whatever you feel that is good, that you like to give to your Imam. No one is counting. Apare su kenche, the more sugar you put in your tea, the more sweeter it would be. Sharbat ma jitli khan naksu illu mittu ase. The more you give the love to the Imam, the closer you get to the Imam's love. That's it. Memani, you are saying, Ya Mola Baba, I love you so much. I wanted to offer something that you have given to me. I want to offer Memani of my love. Do not put this, even though it is part of Nandi, but Memani is a step above. So three things we will cover. Nandi, Memani, Awal Sufro. Three things. Nandi, what you are cooking, what you are eating, you want to share with your Imam e Zaman. Memani, when you feel the love for the Imam, you wanted to offer your gratitude, your Memani to Imam. And then on top of that, you say, Ya Mola, how nice it would be if I can send you a lunch, a dinner, khada khoraki, awal sufro. I want it to be sabiqun and sari'un. I want it to be one who will go forward. Sabiqun, go forward. Sari'u, I'm going to hurry up. I want it to be number one when it comes to your love. I want it to be number one. That is awal sufro. But do not be jealous. When someone do awal sufro, I can only tell you what I do. When I see someone doing awal sufro, in my heart, I bow down to him. I salute to him and say, you are the true mu'min. You have taken the lead in representation of the Jamaat. And I'm going to explain this part. So no one should feel bad that they were not able to do awal sufro. Nandi, very, very personal. From your own cooking, you take the Nandi, right? Memani, within the small portion, the milk and the fruit. Awal sufro. You take the entire lunch and a dinner for the Imam, and one person in the Jamaat, in the representation of the Jamaat. This gentleman, this lady, when she does awal sufro, she is representing you personally. She is representing you. You are part of their awal sufro. It doesn't matter if they understand this part or not. You need to understand this. When someone is doing awal sufro, you are part of that offering. She or he is doing in representation of the Jamaat. That's why you see when they do awal sufro, the dua ashish comes to the Jamaat. But that doesn't happen in Memani, does it? And that doesn't happen in Nandi. But in awal sufro is a unique tradition in our Jamaat. That one person does offer the lunch and a dinner to the Imam al-Zaman in the representation from the Jamaat. So do not be jealous. Matter of fact, you should feel thankful. You should feel good in your heart that so and so in your Jamaat have taken the lead on your behalf. Take it personally. In my behalf, he offered the awal sufro to my Imam. You see, the view has changed. Our mindset needs to be different. No longer need to feel jealous, but happy, but happy, but happy. That is our tariqah. Beautiful, beautiful tariqah. Our every action, every rite and rituals has a beautiful, deeper, batini meaning to it. Now, the charity and sadaqah. Some of us may not even have heard of sadaqah in our tariqah. But because someone asked me, what is the difference between charity? Charity, जिसको हम खैरात कहते हैं. What is the difference between charity and sadaqah? Charity is not part of Dasond. Charity is not part of Male Wajibat. Charity can be given combinedly through Aga Khan Foundation. Charity can be given through small NGOs in your community, in your neighborhood. You may even have your own family foundation charity. You can choose to give to whom you wish to give. You see the difference between the Dasond? You do not choose. Dasond, Imam choose to use that money as he wish and will. Charity, you can give to IKF, then Imam can choose. Or you can choose on your own by giving to local charity. Or you can give to somebody you know needs some money. Somebody in your relatives. Someone in your neighborhood, in your community. Charity, again, is part of your heart. What Imam says about charity? In Diamond Jubilee especially, just 2 years ago, Mullah Hazir Imam Salawatullah Alayhi have said, money is not a bad thing. Keep what you need. What is accessible, use that for the greater Jamaat, your extended family. Be generous. Be generous. So whatever we have, and if we are blessed with good fortunate, and we have excessive money, then what we should do? We should do some charity. It would be really sad if there was anyone on this line, anyone in our Jamaat, anyone in our community who does not give charity. That would be really sad. Because Imam has truly blessed us. Truly blessed us. We have been fortunate. Look at where we are today. Think about our forefathers, 2 generations back, 3 generations back, how poor we were. And look at where we are. Look at your houses, look at your cars. Look at how fortunate we are. Be generous, Imam says. Be generous, Imam says. Help your brother and sister, your extended family. That's how important emphasis have put on charity. One time, at the time of Prophet Muhammad, Rasul-e-Khuda, he had asked his companion to give money in the way of Allah. Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman, and others, they gave big donation. And a lot of other people gave donation. Just like, when Imam asked, we wanted to give big donation. And someone asked Prophet Muhammad, or Rasul-e-Khuda, who won the race in charity? Who gave more? Who won this race in good deeds? Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam point a finger to a person sitting outside the masjid. A poor fakir, a beggar, was sitting outside the masjid. Prophet Muhammad points to him and said, he was the bigger donor today. Everyone was like, how can it be? This fakir has no money. How can he be the bigger donor today? So they inquired. They asked, Ya Rasul-e-Khuda, Ya Habibullah, how can that be? He said, this fakir, beggar, he gave 100% of what he had. He had 1 dinar and he gave in the way of Allah. 100% of what he had. Everyone else, they were counting their money. Should I give 2%, 5%, 10% of my saving? They were stingy. But this beggar, his heart was open. He had 1 dinar and he gave 100% of that. So he is the bigger donor of the day today. Open your heart. Be generous. What does Imam say? Twice. Imam says twice. Be generous. Be generous. We must, like I say, I truly hope and pray there is no one on this line in our Jamaat, in our community, who does not give charity, because if we don't, not only this is a farman of the Imam, but think where we were 2 generations back. Have we forgotten where we have come from? Have we forgotten how poor we were? There is a saying in Gujarati, Khoja uthave boja. We used to be farmer and we used to carry gobar, the dirt. Labor, we were labor for the farmers. How can we forget where Imam has brought us, how much he has given us? It is time for us to give back to our brother and sister, to our community, to our extended family. They are your brother and sister. They are your children living in poor third world countries. Not to mention those within your community, wherever you are living, even in Western countries, you will find those people in your community, in your Jamaat. We must extend the hand of help to our brother and sister. So there was charity. What is sadaqah? Some of us may never even have heard of sadaqah. What is sadaqah? So let me read this Quranic ayat, and then I will explain what is sadaqah. It is Surah 9, ayat number 75. And those of them are some who made a covenant with Allah by saying, if He bestowed on us His bounty, આપણે કહે છે ને મોલા મને આપશે તો હું જરૂર કરવાનો. That's what this ayah is talking about. If He has bestowed on us His bounty, we will verily give sadaqah. And then in bracket I wrote down zakat and voluntarily charity in Allah's cause. This is not part of ayat. I just wrote it down for explanation. And we will certainly among those who are righteous. Those who give charity, those who give sadaqah, those who are generous, Allah say, they are the mu'mineens. They are the part of righteous. You know who Allah used the word righteous for in Quran? किसके लिए अल्लाह righteous का word use करता है कुरान के अंदर? For the higher grade मुमिनीन के लिए, आला दर्जे के मुमिनीन के लिए खुदावंद ताला वर्ड यूज करता है righteous का. इमाम के लिए खुदा यूज करता है वर्ड righteous का. Then you will be the amongst who are righteous. देखा आपने कितना बड़ा दर्जा है चैरिटी का. What is the difference between charity and sadaqah? सदका का लिटरली मतलब है कि कोई नियत करना, कुछ देकर कुछ मांगना. चैरिटी में ऐसा नहीं था ना. इन चैरिटी यू जस्ट गिव अनकंडीशनली. सदका इज ऑल्सो चैरिटी, बट यू वांट समथिंग इन रिटर्न. What can you want? What could you ask something in return? Can you think of something? Actually, we do sadaqah, we just don't know what sadaqah is. We do that in our tariqah. And I will remind you, how do we do that? Ya Mola Bapa, मेरा ये काम कर दे, मैं 7 दिन सुबह को जमात करने आऊँगा, मैं तेरा घर साफ करूँगा, मैं टॉयलेट साफ करूँगा, मैं वैक्यूम करूँगा तेरे जमात करने में. या मौला तू मेरा ये काम कर दे. We all do that, don't we? I will feed 7 children. I will give so much in charity. Mullah, you do this for me. Barter system. Sadaqah, when you have trouble, when you need something, a favor from the imam, you would say what? Ya Mullah, मेरे बेटे को इम्तिहान में पास कर दे. Give my daughter a good job. I will do this for you. That is sadaqah. We do that, don't we? And there is a name in the Quran for it. It's called sadaqah. It's a barter system. But it is a good barter system. That you offer something to Allah, to Imam, and in return you ask for something that you need in your life. May it be a good job, something for your children, something for your family. So do you see, Allah has given us a different way of doing good deeds. May it be a Dasond, may it be dua karani, may it be a zakat, charity, and may it be sadaqah. But regardless of how we do it, we should do it. That is the important part. The bottom line, the key word is give from what Allah has bestowed you with. The bounties that Allah has given you. The good fortunate that you have today. May it be of money, of skill, of time, of knowledge, whatever you have. Give. Give. Be generous. Give. Be generous. So I'm going to stop here. So we have some time for questioning, comments, whatever you like. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.